Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to learn how to really manage our MySQL databases. We'll cover creating databases, setting up users, and controlling who can do what with permissions. All the stuff you need to keep your database safe and organized. Think about it, if you have a system with a lot of users, you don't want everyone to have access to everything, right? That's where giving and taking away permissions comes in. You'll learn how to give users just the right amount of access. Not too much, not too little. By the end of this video, you'll be managing MySQL users and permissions like a pro. Let's get started. Alright, let's talk about making databases in MySQL. You've probably seen this command. Create database_name. Looks easy, right? But there's a bit more to it than just that. Let's go through it so you don't run into any problems. Create database is the command that tells MySQL, I want a new database. But here's the thing, if the database already exists, this command will give you an error, unless you add if not exists. That's a simple way to avoid those errors. Database_name is where you put the name of your database. You can name it anything, like inventory_management for a stock system, e-commerce_store for an online shop, employee_service for HR tools. Now, when you pick a database name, remember these tips. Use lowercase letters and underscores instead of spaces. It makes things easier to read. Choose a name that makes it clear what the database is for. Don't use words like order, user, or group, because they can cause problems. If you follow these tips, your databases will be nice and organized. Now, let's see how it works. Open your terminal. And let's log in to the MySQL database. In the last video, we already discussed how to log in, so if you haven't seen that yet, be sure to check it out. Alright, we're logged in to MySQL. Now, before we make a new database, let's see what databases we already have on our server. We're going to use the show databases command. Watch as I type it in. Here on my screen, you can see a list of databases. Some of these are system default databases, such as information_schema, MySQL, performance_schema, and sys. Now, let's create a new database for our employee service. Run create database employee_service command for creating database for our employee service, which database name is employee_service. As you can see on my screen, the command worked perfectly. Now, let's just double-check that our employee_service database is really there. We'll run the show databases command again. And there it is. You can see that our employee_service database is now listed, which means it's been created. I hope you got the hang of creating databases in MySQL. If you have any questions at all, just leave a comment below. I'm here to help. Okay, now let's talk about something else important. How to create users and give them different permissions. The create user username at host identified by password command is used to create a new user in MySQL. You can also see this command on my screen. Let's break it down step by step. Create user is the command we use to create a new user for our database. But remember, this command doesn't give them any permissions. We'll need to use the grant command for that. Username is where you put the name of the user. Try to use names that make sense for their job so it's easier to keep track. Host is where you say where they can connect from. Some common options are localhost, only from the same computer as MySQL. %, from anywhere, be careful with this one. 192.168.1.100, only from this specific computer. 192.168.1%, from any computer in this network. Example.com, from this domain. You should try to avoid using % in real-world systems because it's not very safe. Identified by password sets the password for the user. Ensure you use a strong, unique password. Okay, let's make a new user in our MySQL database. Open up your terminal. We're going to create a user called Spring Boot Tutorial. So, type this, create user single quote Spring Boot Tutorial single quote at. I want this user to only be able to log in from this computer, so I'll put localhost for the host. Then, for the password, I'll use the same as the username. Semicolon and click enter. As you can see, the command worked great. Now, let's just double check that our user is really there. Run select user, host from mysql.user command to see all the users in MySQL. Look for Spring Boot Tutorial in the list, and you should see it listed with localhost. Now, let's test our new user. First, let's log out from the root user. Type exit. Now, let's log in with the new user we made. Now, let's see what databases this user can see. Type show databases. See that? Our employee_service database isn't there. That's because we haven't given this user any permissions yet. Next, we'll give them the permissions they need. Command you see on my screen, it is used to give users permissions on databases, tables, or even columns. Let's go through it step by step. Grant privileges is where you say what the user can do. Some examples are: all privileges, they can do everything, use this carefully. Select, they can read data. Insert, they can add new data. Update, they can change existing data. Delete, they can remove data. You can see other permissions on my screen. Pick the ones you need. On database_name.table_name is where you say where they have permission. On start.star they have permission on everything, try to avoid this. On my_database.star, they have permission on all tables in this my_database. On my_database.my_table, they only have permission on this specific table, in this case my_table of my_database. To username at host, this gives the permission to a specific user. With grant option is optional and lets them give the same permissions to other users. Now, let's assign privileges to our Spring Boot tutorial user so they can access the employee_service database. A little while ago, we logged in using the Spring Boot tutorial user. Now, let's log out from that session and log back in as the root user to provide the necessary permissions. Okay, now I will grant all permissions to the Spring Boot tutorial user on the employee_service database. Type: grant all privileges on employee_service.star_to single quote Spring Boot tutorial single quote at single quote localhost single quote. Oh, I forgot the single quotes. Let's run the correct command. As you can see on my screen, the command executed successfully. Now, let's log in again with the Spring Boot tutorial user. Now, run Show Databases command to check the available databases. See? This time, the employee_service database is visible. That means our user now has the required access. Now, let's open dbeaver. First, hit refresh to make sure we see the latest changes. Next, open up the database section. Look, our employee_service database is there. And open the user section. You can see our Spring Boot tutorial user. Now, let's log in with the Spring Boot tutorial user in dbeaver. Just do what I'm doing on my screen. Look, the employee_service database is there. You can also make a new database right here in dbeaver. Just right-click on the root user connection and choose Create New Database. Type in the database name. Click OK, and it's created. OK, let's refresh the Spring Boot tutorial user connection. See? Test_database isn't showing up. That's because we didn't give the user any access to it. Okay, I don't need this test.db I made, so I'll delete it. User creation is also supported within dbeaver. Right-click on User section of Root User Connection. In the username field, you can specify the username, and in the host field, you can specify the host such as percentage or localhost, etc. In the password field, you can specify the password. Next, you can just pick the privileges you want. dbeaver shows you all the options, so you can choose the right ones. After click on Save button to create user. You can see the revoke command on my screen. It's how you take away permissions from users. It's pretty much the same as the grant command, just you use revoke instead. Try it out yourself. I won't go into all the details, but it's a good way to practice and see how it works. Alright, let's quickly go over what we learned today. Today, we learned how to make a new database in MySQL, make a new user and why it's important to set the right host, give our user permissions with the grant command, check our work in the terminal and dbeaver, and even saw how to take away permissions. In the next video, we'll learn how to make tables, put data in them, and use commands like select, delete, and truncate to work with our data. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, please subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next one. See you later.